Have you ever felt this? The things that once gave you pleasure just don't hit the same anymore. Movies feel boring. Conversations feel empty. Even things you used to enjoy have lost their spark. And then that strange feeling appears, like nothing is enough. Now let me ask you something directly. What if the problem isn't the world, but your brain? There's something happening inside your mind right now. Something silent. Something that is changing the way you feel pleasure. And it all revolves around one single substance: dopamine. But here's the part almost no one understands. Dopamine is not pleasure. Dopamine is desire. It's what makes you want something. It's what drives you to seek reward. But when this system is used the wrong way, it starts working against you. Now, think about your routine. Phone, social media, short videos, notifications, endless content. All of this has something in common. Fast rewards. Easy, constant, effortless. And every time you receive this kind of stimulation, your brain releases dopamine. Again, and again, and again. Feels good, right? But this is exactly where the problem begins, because your brain was not designed to handle this level of stimulation. So it adapts, and that adaptation changes everything. The more dopamine you receive, the less sensitive your brain becomes. It's like the volume of pleasure is being turned down. What used to be enough no longer is. You need more stimulation, more intensity, more novelty, more dopamine. And without realizing it, you enter a cycle, an invisible cycle. You consume to feel good, but the more you consume, the less you feel. So you consume more and feel even less. And little by little, simple things start to lose their value. Reading a book, watching something calmly, having a deep conversation, sitting in silence. All of it starts to feel dull, not because it lost its value, but because your brain has been trained for something far more intense. Now let me show you the most dangerous part of this. When your brain gets used to easy rewards, it begins to reject effort. Important tasks become harder. Focusing becomes a challenge. Discipline starts to disappear. And then you begin to think, I'm becoming lazy. But this isn't laziness. It's conditioning. Your brain has been trained to choose the fastest path to reward. And that path is almost always in the palm of your hand. But there's something even deeper happening, a kind of emptiness. You keep consuming, but you don't feel real satisfaction. Only temporary relief that fades quickly, and soon after comes the urge to repeat it all again. This happens because you're no longer chasing pleasure, you're trying to escape the absence of it. And that difference changes everything. Your brain is no longer driven by motivation, it's driven by need. And when that happens, even good things start to feel colorless, without energy, without impact. But here's the most important part of all. This is not permanent. The brain is adaptable. In the same way it got used to excess dopamine, it can also recalibrate. But that requires something that has become rare today: reducing stimulation, accepting boredom, lowering intensity, giving your brain space to breathe. Because it's in that space that sensitivity returns. And when that happens, simple things start to regain their value. A moment of silence, a real conversation, small progress, deep focus. Things that once felt dull start to make sense again. And maybe the most important point is this: the problem was never that the world lost its color, it's that your brain became overloaded with stimulation. And when everything is intense all the time, nothing feels special. But when you reduce the excess, your brain starts to feel again, and what once felt ordinary becomes enough. And sometimes that's all you needed.